Commander Alex Riley looked at the strange signal on his ship's screen. He had never seen anything like it before. His small research ship floated alone in this far corner of space. No human had ever gone this far before. "Computer, what is that signal?" Alex asked, running his hand through his short brown hair. "It appears to be a distress call, Commander." "But it is not using any known human code," the computer said. Alex took a deep breath. He was supposed to be mapping stars in this area, not answering strange calls for help, but he couldn't ignore someone who might be in danger. "Set a course for the signal," he said. The ship turned and moved toward the source of the call. After 20 minutes, Alex saw something that made him gasp. A massive ship, at least 10 times bigger than his, floated in the darkness. It was unlike any ship he had ever seen. It looked like it was made of black glass that seemed to swallow light rather than reflect it. Strange curves and points stuck out from its sides, making it look almost like a living thing. "Computer, are there any life forms on that ship?" Alex asked, scanning. "I detect one life form. Species unknown. Just one survivor." Alex felt his heart beat faster. First contact with a new alien race, and he was the only human here to make it. He carefully moved his ship close to the alien vessel. As he got near, he saw an opening appear in the side of the black ship. It seemed to be inviting him in. "Computer, I'm going to dock with the alien ship. Keep all systems ready for a quick escape if needed." "Understood, Commander. Be careful." Alex put on his spacesuit and went to the airlock. His suit would protect him from any strange air or germs on the alien ship. With a hiss, the door opened and he stepped onto the alien vessel. Inside, the ship was even stranger. The walls seemed to pulse with a soft blue light like veins carrying glowing blood. The floor was smooth and warm under his boots. The air seemed safe according to his suit's reading, so he took off his helmet. "Hello?" he called out. "I received your distress signal. I'm here to help." No answer came, but the blue lights in the walls pulsed brighter, forming a path down a long hallway. Alex decided to follow. The path led him deeper into the ship. He saw rooms filled with strange objects. Some looked like weapons, others like star maps. Everything had the same black, glass-like material that the outside of the ship had. Finally, he reached what must have been the control room. Floating screens showed stars, planets, and what looked like battle plans, and in the center stood a figure. She turned slowly to face him. Alex's eyes widened as he saw her clearly. She was tall, at least 7 feet, with a slender body covered in small scales that shifted color from deep blue to purple as she moved. 4 arms extended from her torso, each ending in hands with 7 long fingers. But it was her face that caught his attention most. 6 eyes arranged in a pattern across her face blinked at him one after another. Her mouth had no lips but moved smoothly as she studied him. "A human," she said, her voice like music with strange notes. "You are far from your home." Alex stood straighter. "I'm Commander Alex Riley of the Earth Science Vessel Pioneer. I received your distress signal." "And you came alone?" she asked, moving closer to him. Her movement was smooth, almost like she was floating. "Either very brave or very foolish. I'm here to help if I can," Alex said. "Who are you?" "I am Lysara, Queen of the Vixari Empire." She gestured around her. "Or what remains of it. This ship, the Stellar Eclipse, is the last of our fleet." "What happened?" Alex asked. Queen Lysara's scales turned a darker blue. "War. The Hive Collective has been hunting my people for generations. They destroyed our worlds, killed my family. My fleet fought them in this sector, but they were too many." She looked at the battle plans on the screens.
"I am the last."
"They will find me soon. They always do." Alex looked at the screens, too. He could see that one showed enemy ships moving in a search pattern not far from their position. "Maybe I can help repair your ship," he offered. "My vessel has tools and supplies." Lysara tilted her head, all 6 eyes focusing on him. "Why would you help me, human? You know nothing of our war." "Because you need help," Alex said simply. "And where I come from, we don't leave people to die alone in space, no matter what they look like." He walked around the control room, looking at the damage. Panels were broken, wires hung loose, and some of the screens flickered. "Your technology is different from ours, but I'm a good engineer. I might be able to fix some of this." Lysara watched him with interest. As he moved closer to her, he noticed more details about her face. Patterns like swirling tattoos covered her scaled skin, glowing faintly in the dim light. "You keep looking at me," she said suddenly. "Do I frighten you?" Alex smiled. "No, I've just never seen anyone like you before." You're He paused, searching for the right word. Fascinating. Lysera made a sound like breaking glass. Alex realized it was laughter. Why call me beautiful? I'm ugly, human, the queen said, gesturing to her alien form. He just smiled. Beauty is different for everyone. Where I come from, we find beauty in new things and differences. For a moment, Lysera seemed surprised. Then one of the screens beeped loudly. She turned quickly, her scales flashing red with alarm. They found us, she said, her voice hard. The Hive Scouts are changing course. They're coming this way. Alex looked at the screen. 3 small ships were moving toward their position. They would arrive in less than an hour. Then we better work fast, he said. Show me what needs fixing first. Lysera stared at him. You would stay? When there is danger? I said I came to help, Alex replied, rolling up his sleeves. So let's help each other. For the first time, Lysera's mouth curved in what might have been a smile. She pointed to a damaged panel. We start there. If we can repair the cloaking system, we might hide from their scanners. Together they began to work as the enemy ships drew closer, the human and the alien queen, both alone until now, facing danger together among the stars. Alex worked quickly with Queen Lysera to fix the cloaking system. His hands were covered in a strange blue liquid that served as the ship's blood. The stellar eclipse was not just a machine, it was partly alive. Your ship is amazing, Alex said as he connected 2 glowing tubes. It feels like it's breathing. Vixari ships are grown, not built, Lysera explained. Her 4 hands worked on different parts at the same time. We plant ship seeds in the heart of dying stars. They feed on the energy and grow. This ship is over 300 years old. 300? Alex whistled. My ship is just 5 years old and it's already outdated. Lysera's scales shimmered with a color Alex hadn't seen before. He was learning that her color showed her feelings. This new color seemed to mean amusement. The hive ships will be here in 20 minutes, she said, checking a screen. The cloaking system is at 60%. It might be enough to hide us if they don't look too carefully. Alex wiped sweat from his forehead. I need to get back to my ship. I have someone there who can help us. Lysera's eyes all blinked at once in surprise. You're not alone? I have 1 crew member, Officer Maya Winters. She stayed on the Pioneer to monitor systems. She's an expert in weapons and defense, Lysera seemed unsure. Another human. Can you trust her? With my life, Alex said firmly. We've served together for 3 years. He touched his communicator. Maya, can you hear me? Loud and clear, Commander, came a woman's voice. I've been monitoring your position. You've been on that alien ship for almost an hour. I need you to bring the Pioneer into the alien ship's docking bay. We have trouble coming. I'll explain when you're here. On my way, Maya replied without hesitation. 10 minutes later, Alex's small research ship glided into the massive docking bay of the stellar eclipse. The doors closed behind it, sealing them inside. Maya stepped out, her dark hair pulled back in a tight bun, her hand resting on her sidearm. When she saw Lysera, her eyes widened, but she kept her composure. Officer Maya Winters, she introduced herself with a short nod. Commander Riley seems to have found an interesting first contact situation. This is Queen Lysera of the Vixari, Alex said. Her ship was damaged in a battle, and the enemy is coming our way. Maya took in the information quickly. What's the plan, Commander? We're trying to hide, Alex explained. The cloaking system is partially working, but we might need to fight. The Pioneer has some defensive capabilities, Maya said. Nothing fancy, but the pulse cannons could slow down small ships. Lysera led them back to the control room. On the main screen, the 3 enemy ships were getting closer. Now they could see what they looked like. They resembled giant insects made of metal, with sharp legs extending from round bodies. Hive scout ships, Lysera said, her scales turning a dark red. They're small but dangerous. Each carries 20 drone soldiers. What do these soldiers look like? Maya asked, always thinking of tactical information. Like nightmares, Lysera said simply. They stand on 2 legs but have 4 arms like me. But that's where our similarities end. Their skin is hard like armor. Their heads have no eyes, just sensors. They don't speak, they click, and they follow the hive mind without question. Why are they hunting you? Alex asked the question that had been on his mind. Lysera was quiet for a moment. Because I carry something they want, something that could change the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. She looked at Alex. If they catch me, they will take it and kill me. Then they will use it to grow their empire even larger, consuming more worlds. What is it? Maya asked directly. Not now, Lysara said, looking at the screen. They're changing course. The cloaking is working. The 3 enemy ships were moving past them, their sensors not detecting the hidden stellar eclipse. They'll keep searching the sector, Lysara said. We should use this chance to move away quietly. Where can we go? Alex asked. Your ship is still damaged, Lysara thought for a moment. There's a small system not far from here. It has an asteroid belt where we can hide and make more repairs. Lead the way, Alex said. Maya, go back to the Pioneer and keep it docked here. Monitor communications in case the hive ships talk to each other. Maya nodded and left for the smaller ship. Alex stayed with Lysara in the control room. The stellar eclipse moved silently through space, its damaged engines making strange sounds. Lysara placed her hands on a glowing panel, and the ship seemed to respond to her touch, moving more smoothly. You're connected to it, Alex observed. All Vexari royals share a bond with their ships, she explained. It knows my thoughts, my feelings. It will fight harder to protect me. They reached the asteroid belt a few hours later. Lysara guided the ship deep into the field of floating rocks, finding a cluster of large asteroids where they could hide. We should be safe here for a while, she said, her scales returning to their normal blue color. Alex watched her as she worked. Despite her alien appearance, he found himself admiring her grace and intelligence. She caught him looking and tilted her head. You still stare, human. I'm learning, he said with a smile. Every time your scales change color, I learn something new about how you feel. And what do you think I'm feeling now? She asked. Cautious relief, he guessed. The blue is calm, but it's not as bright as before. Her scales rippled, showing he was right. You are observant. Most species see only a monster when they look at me. I see a queen fighting to save her people, Alex said. There's nothing monstrous about that. Lysara came closer to him. She was much taller, looking down at him with her 6 eyes. In all my years traveling the stars, humans are the strangest species I've met, she said. You fear so little. Oh, we fear plenty, Alex laughed. But curiosity usually wins over fear. Maya returned to the control room with a small device. I've been monitoring hive communications, she reported. They're expanding their search pattern. They'll reach this asteroid field in about 12 hours. Then we have work to do, Lysara said. The ship needs more repairs if we're going to outrun them. She led them deeper into the ship to a large chamber that seemed to be the heart of the vessel. A massive crystal pulsed with energy at the center, surrounded by organic-looking machinery. This is the core, Lysara explained. It's damaged, but with your help we might be able to restore it to full power. They worked through the hours, Alex and Maya learning the strange technology of the Vexari ship. Lysara taught them how the organic systems functioned, how they needed to be fed rather than fixed. As they worked, Alex noticed Lysara watching him with curiosity. During a break, while Maya checked on the Pioneer, Lysara approached him. Why are you helping me, Alex Riley? She asked. You could have left when you saw the danger. Alex thought about his answer. Humans have a saying, a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet. Sometimes you have to take a chance on people. Even when that person isn't people? She asked, gesturing to her alien form. Especially then, Alex said. The universe is too big and too empty to turn away from new connections. Lysara's scales shifted to a color he hadn't seen before, a soft lavender. You are either the wisest human or the most foolish. I haven't decided which. Let me know when you figure it out, he said with a smile. They returned to work, but something had changed between them. A trust was growing, bridging the gap between their very different worlds. The repairs were going well, but not fast enough. Maya's monitoring showed that the hive ships had changed course again. They were now heading straight for the asteroid field. They know we're here, Lysara said, her scales flashing with alarm. Someone told them. That's impossible, Alex said. It's just you, me, and Maya, and we haven't sent any signals. Lysara's 6 eyes narrowed. The hive has ways of tracking that you don't understand. They might have detected your ship's energy signature. Maya checked her device. The 3 scout ships will be here in 2 hours, not 12. We need to move. The ship isn't ready, Lysara said. The core is still damaged. We won't get far. Alex paced the control room, thinking. We need a place to hide and finish repairs. Somewhere with resources and maybe some help. He stopped and looked at Maya. What about Horizon's Edge? Maya raised her eyebrows. The mining colony? It's at least a day's journey from here, even at full speed. My friend Olivia Scott runs the research lab there, Alex explained to Lysera. She's brilliant with unusual materials. She might be able to help with your ship. Is it a human colony? Lysera asked, sounding unsure. Yes, but it's small and independent. They're used to keeping secrets from the main Earth government. Olivia will help us if I ask. Lysera considered this. We have no choice. The Hive will tear this asteroid field apart to find me. Then it's decided, Alex said. We'll make a run for Horizon's Edge. They prepared the ship as best they could. The stellar eclipse would never reach its top speed with the damaged core, but it might be fast enough to outrun the scout ships. Maya returned to the Pioneer, ready to provide cover if needed. Stay close to us, Alex told her over the communicator. If we get separated, meet us at Horizon's Edge. Understood, Commander, Maya replied. Be careful. The stellar eclipse left its hiding place among the asteroids, moving as quietly as possible. For a while it seemed they might slip away unnoticed, but then alarms blared throughout the ship. They've seen us, Lysera said, her hands moving quickly over the controls. All 3 scout ships are in pursuit. The chase began. The stellar eclipse moved through space, its damaged engines straining. Behind them, the 3 insect-like ships followed, gaining slowly but steadily. They're charging weapons, Maya reported from the Pioneer, which flew alongside them. Evasive pattern, Alex suggested to Lysera. Can the ship handle it? It will have to, she said. Her 4 hands worked the controls while her scales flashed with concentration. The massive ship turned and rolled in ways Alex wouldn't have thought possible. The first shots from the Hive ships missed, flashing past them into empty space. The Pioneer will try to slow them down, Maya said. Her small ship turned and fired its pulse cannons at the lead Hive ship. The shots hit but seemed to do little damage. Maya, be careful, Alex called. Don't take unnecessary risks. The Hive ships ignored the Pioneer, staying focused on the stellar eclipse. One of them fired again, and this time the shot hit. The ship shuddered around them. Damage to the lower hull, Lysera reported. Nothing critical yet. They continued their desperate flight. Hours passed, and the Hive ships remained in pursuit, occasionally firing when they got close enough. The stellar eclipse took several more hits, each one causing new damage. We're not going to outrun them, Lysera finally admitted. Not in this condition. Alex looked at the star map. We're still 8 hours from Horizon's Edge. We need a new plan. Lysera was quiet for a moment, thinking. Then her scales changed to a deep, determined purple. There is a way, but it's dangerous. She guided the ship toward a nearby star, a red giant nearing the end of its life. What are you doing? Alex asked, concerned. Vixari ships are born in stars, she explained. They can also draw power from them in emergencies. If we skim the star's corona, the ship can absorb energy to repair itself and increase speed. That's incredibly risky, Alex said. The heat and radiation will be managed by the ship's systems, Lysera finished. But I'll need to connect directly to the core to guide the process. It will be painful for me. Alex didn't like the sound of that. Is there another option? No, Lysera said simply. Tell your friend in the Pioneer to fall back. She shouldn't get too close to the star. Alex relayed the message to Maya, who protested but ultimately agreed to keep her distance. The stellar eclipse changed course, heading straight for the massive red star. Come with me, Lysera said to Alex. I need your help. She led him back to the core room. The crystal at the center pulsed weakly, damaged from the battle. I will connect to the core, she explained. While I do, the ship will be drawn to the star. You must watch these readings. She pointed to a panel with symbols he didn't understand. If the outer hull temperature reaches this mark, you must pull me away from the core or both the ship and I will burn. How will I know when it's safe to disconnect you? Alex asked, worried. The core will change color from blue to green when it has absorbed enough energy. Then you can break the connection. Alex nodded, though he felt fear growing inside him. What will happen to you during this? Lysera's scales shifted to a calm blue. Pain, but it is necessary. She placed a hand on his shoulder. I trust you to know when to stop it. Before Alex could say more, Lysera stepped onto a platform in front of the crystal core. She raised all 4 arms, and tendrils of light extended from the crystal, wrapping around her limbs. Her back arched, and a sound between a hiss and a cry escaped her. The ship lurched forward, picking up speed as it raced toward the star. Alex watched the panel, keeping track of the hull temperature. Through the room's viewport, He could see the red giant growing larger, its surface boiling with massive flares. The hive ships followed, but they kept their distance from the star, unwilling to take the same risk. The stellar eclipse plunged toward the corona, the outermost layer of the star's atmosphere. Heat and radiation washed over the ship, making the walls hum. Alex looked at Lysara. Her body was rigid, her scales flashing rapidly between colors as she channeled the star's energy through herself and into the ship. The tendrils of light pulsed, growing brighter. The temperature gauge climbed higher. The ship trembled as it skimmed the corona, drawing in the star's power. The core began to change color, slowly shifting from blue toward green. Almost there, Alex muttered, watching both the core and the temperature. Just a little more. But the temperature was rising too quickly. It approached the danger mark Lysara had shown him. The core was still more blue than green. Alex had to make a choice. Wait longer for more power, risking both Lysara and the ship, or break the connection early and hope they had enough energy to escape. The temperature passed the danger mark. Alex moved immediately, pulling Lysara away from the core. The tendrils of light snapped and she collapsed into his arms, her body limp. "Lysara," he called, holding her. Her scales were pale, almost white. "Lysara, can you hear me?" Her 6 eyes opened slowly, one by one. "Did it work?" she asked, her voice weak. Before Alex could answer, the ship surged forward with new power. The core glowed a bright blue-green, not fully charged, but much stronger than before. "We got enough," Alex said, helping her to stand. "The ship is moving faster now." They returned to the control room where Lysara, still weak, checked their position. "The hive ships are falling behind," she said with relief. "They won't risk the star's radiation." Alex contacted Maya, who had been watching anxiously from a safe distance. "We're clear of the star and picking up speed. Stay with us." "That was either brilliant or insane," Maya replied. "Probably both. I'm following your signal." For the next several hours, the stellar eclipse raced through space, its renewed energy giving it speed the hive ships couldn't match. By the time they approached Horizon's edge, the enemy was far behind. The mining colony came into view, a cluster of structures built into a large asteroid. Lights glowed from habitat domes and mining facilities. It wasn't pretty, but to Alex it looked like safety. "I've contacted Olivia," Maya reported. "She's clearing a docking bay for the stellar eclipse. It's tight, but it should fit." "Will your people accept me?" Lysara asked Alex. Her strength was returning, but she still leaned on him slightly. "Olivia will," Alex assured her. "She's been studying alien biology for years. She'll probably be thrilled to meet you." "And the others?" "Horizon's Edge isn't an official Earth colony. The people here value their independence. They keep to themselves and mind their own business." Lysara nodded, but her scales showed uncertainty. "I have not walked among humans before. My appearance will surprise them," Alex finished, "but they'll get used to it." The stellar eclipse approached the docking bay, its massive size dwarfing the colony structures. Using the last of its enhanced power, the ship slowed and carefully maneuvered into the large mining dock. As they prepared to exit the ship, Lysara stopped Alex. "And thank you," she said, her scales shifting to the soft lavender color he had seen before. "You risked your life to help me. I won't forget that." "That's what friends do," Alex said with a smile. "Friends," Lysara repeated, as if testing the word. "Is that what we are now?" "I hope so," Alex said, "because I think we're going to need each other for whatever comes next." Together, they walked toward the airlock, ready to face the humans of Horizon's Edge, and whatever the hive would send after them. The people of Horizon's Edge stared as Alex, Maya, and Lysara walked through the colony. Some looked afraid. Others were curious. A few children pointed and whispered. Lysara kept her head high, walking with the grace of a queen despite the stares. Dr. Olivia Scott waited for them at the research lab. She was a tall woman with short gray hair and bright eyes that missed nothing. When she saw Lysara, those eyes widened with wonder, not fear. "Alex Riley," she said, giving him a quick hug. "When Maya said you found something interesting, I didn't expect this." She looked up at Lysara. "Hello, welcome to Horizon's Edge. This is Queen Lysara of the Vixari," Alex introduced. "Her ship is damaged and we're being pursued by hostile forces. We need your help, Olivia." "Any friend of Alex is welcome here," Olivia said. She didn't offer to shake hands, seeming to understand that alien customs might be different. "Come inside. We can talk privately." The lab was large and cluttered with equipment. Screens showed data from experiments. Samples of strange materials sat in clear containers. Olivia led them to a sitting area and offered them drinks. "So," she said once they were settled, "tell me what's happening." Alex and Lysara explained about the Hive Collective, the attack on the Vexari fleet and their escape. They described the stellar eclipse's unique organic technology and the repairs it needed. "Fascinating," Olivia said when they finished. "A ship that's partly alive. I've never heard of such technology. Can you help us repair it?" Maya asked. "The Hive ships will find us eventually. I'll need to examine the ship first," Olivia said. "But yes, I think I can help. We mine rare materials here that might be compatible with your organic systems." "Thank you," Lysara said. Her scales shifted to a grateful blue. "Your kindness is unexpected." "Don't thank me yet," Olivia warned. "This won't be easy and we don't have much time." She stood up. "Let's get started. I want to see this amazing ship of yours." They spent the next few days working on the stellar eclipse. Olivia was amazed by the ship's biology. She analyzed samples and created special materials that the ship could accept. Lysara showed her how the Vexari merged technology with living tissue. The people of the colony slowly got used to Lysara's presence. Some even came to help with repairs. Curious about the alien ship, a young technician named Ethan Cruz was especially helpful, working long hours on the ship's systems. "The colony leader is getting nervous," Maya told Alex privately. "Some of the miners spotted unusual activity at the edge of the system. They think it might be the Hive." "We're not ready to leave yet," Alex said. "The core is still being repaired." "I know. Just be prepared for trouble. Not everyone here is happy about having an alien queen in their colony." On the 5th day, Alex found Lysara in the observation dome of the colony. She was looking at star charts, her 6 eyes focused on different parts of the map at once. "Planning our next move?" he asked, joining her. "Trying to," she said. "The Hive is patient but relentless. They will find us." Alex noticed she seemed troubled. "What's wrong?" "Besides the obvious danger." Lysara was quiet for a moment. Then she turned to him. "There's something I need to show you. Something I haven't told you about." "I'm listening," Alex said. "Not here," she replied. "On the ship. Tonight, when fewer people are around." Later that night, Alex met Lysara on the stellar eclipse. The ship was quiet, with most workers gone for the day. She led him to her private quarters, a room he hadn't seen before. The room was simple but strange. The walls pulsed with the same blue light as the rest of the ship. There was no bed, just a pool of clear liquid where Lysara apparently rested. Strange objects that might have been art or technology lined the walls. Lysara went to a hidden panel and opened it. Inside was a small crystal orb that glowed with its own light. She carefully took it out and held it in her lower hands. "This is what the Hive wants," she said. "This is why they hunt me." Alex looked at the orb. It was beautiful, pulsing with shifting colors like Lysara's scales. "What is it?" "A seed," she said. "The last seed of our world ships. My people aren't just hiding, Alex. We're nearly extinct." "World ships?" Alex asked, confused. "The Vexari once lived on planets like humans. But the Hive destroyed our worlds. The survivors created massive ships large enough to hold cities, farms, everything we needed. They were grown from seeds like this, but much larger." She held the orb closer to Alex. "This is the last one. When I die, so does the knowledge of how to nurture it. And if the Hive gets it, they will study it, learn how to grow organic technology that responds to thought. With that knowledge, they could create weapons beyond imagination. They could spread across the galaxy even faster, consuming everything in their path." Alex understood now. "So you're not just running to save yourself. You're protecting the future of your people, and everyone else the Hive might harm." "Yes," Lysara said. Her scales shifted to a deep, sad blue. "I am the last queen, the last one who knows the old songs that make the seed grow." Alex stepped closer and looked at the orb. "It's beautiful," he said softly. "It's hope," Lysara replied. "But only if I can keep it safe." She put the seed back in its hiding place. "I've told no one else about this. Not even your friends." "Why tell me?" Alex asked. "Because if something happens to me, someone must take the seed to safety." Her 6 eyes fixed on him. "I trust you, Alex Riley, more than I've trusted anyone in a very long time." Alex felt the weight of her trust. "I won't let you down," he promised. As they left Lysara's quarters, neither noticed the shadow that moved away from the doorway. Ethan Cruz had been listening, and his eyes glinted with an unnatural light in the darkness. The next morning, Olivia had good news. "We've synthesized a material that should work for the final core repairs," she told them. "By tomorrow, the ship should be fully functional." "That's excellent," Lysara said. "We should leave as soon as possible." "Where will you go?" Maya asked. Lysara hesitated. "There are allies. Not Vexari, but other species who oppose the hive. I have coordinates for one of their hidden outposts." Alex noticed that Ethan was working nearby, unusually quiet today. The young technician had been friendly and helpful all week, but now he seemed distant, focused entirely on his work. That afternoon, as Alex checked the ship's weapons systems, Maya came to him with a worried look. "We may have a problem," she said quietly. "I've been monitoring communications around the colony. There was an unusual transmission last night. Very brief, heavily encrypted. Could you trace it?" Alex asked. "No, but it was powerful enough to reach well beyond this system." Alex felt a chill. "You think someone contacted the hive?" "I think we need to be ready to leave immediately," Maya said. "Not tomorrow, today," Alex nodded. "Find Olivia. Tell her to finish the core repairs now, even if they're not perfect. I'll warn Lysara." He hurried through the ship looking for the Vexari Queen. He found her in the core room with Ethan, who was making final adjustments to the crystal. "Lysara," Alex called. "We need to talk." She turned to him, her scales showing confusion at his urgent tone. "What's wrong?" Before Alex could answer, alarms blared throughout the colony. A voice came over the communication system. "Unidentified ships approaching. All security personnel to stations." Ethan suddenly stopped working. He stood completely still, his back to them. "Ethan," Alex said, suddenly suspicious. "Are you okay?" The technician turned slowly. His eyes had changed. They glowed with an unnatural light, and his skin seemed different, harder. "The Queen will come with me," he said. But his voice wasn't human anymore. It clicked and hissed. "The seed will be ours. Hive parasite," Lysara cried, her scales flashing red with alarm. Ethan, or what had once been Ethan, moved with incredible speed. He lunged at Lysara, his hands transforming into claw-like appendages. Alex reacted instantly, throwing himself between them. The force of the attack sent both men crashing into equipment. Maya rushed in, weapon drawn. "Alex?" The hive-controlled Ethan was incredibly strong. He threw Alex aside and turned toward Maya. She fired her weapon, hitting him in the chest. He staggered but didn't fall. "You can't stop us," he said in that horrible clicking voice. "The hive is already here." Through the viewport, they could see 3 large ships approaching the colony. Not the scout ships from before, but massive carriers that could hold hundreds of hive soldiers. "We need to leave now," Alex shouted, getting to his feet. "Lysara, is the ship ready to fly?" "It will have to be," she said. She placed her hands on a control panel, connecting directly to the ship. "I'm starting emergency launch procedures." Maya kept her weapon aimed at Ethan, who was changing more by the second, his human features melting away to reveal the parasite beneath. "Go," she told Alex. "Get to the control room." "I'll hold him here." "Not alone," Alex said. He grabbed a heavy tool and stood beside her. The hive creature that had been Ethan attacked again. Maya fired repeatedly, and Alex swung his makeshift weapon. Together they drove it back, away from the core and away from Lysara. "The colony is being invaded," Lysara reported, still connected to the ship. "Hive soldiers are entering through the main docks." "Olivia," Alex remembered. "She's still out there." "I'll find her," Maya volunteered. "You stay with Lysara." Before Alex could argue, Maya ran from the room, still firing at the hive creature to keep it at bay. The door sealed behind her, leaving Alex and Lysara alone in the core room. The stellar eclipse raced through space, its engines straining. The 3 hive carrier ships followed close behind, firing constantly. Each hit made the ship shudder. "Shields at 60%, Maya reported from a control station. "We can't take much more of this." Lysara's hands moved quickly over the controls. "We need to reach the jump point. From there, we can make it to the coordinates of the Allies." Alex studied the star map. "That's still 3 hours away at our current speed. The hive will catch us before then." Olivia, who had been examining the ship's systems, looked up with an idea. "What if we redirect power from the lower decks to the engines? We could increase speed by 20%. That would leave parts of the ship unprotected, Lysara warned. Better than being caught, Maya said. Lysara nodded. Do it. Olivia and Maya worked together, rerouting power through the ship's complex systems. The stellar eclipse surged forward, putting a little more distance between them and the hive ships. It's working, Alex said with relief. Their shots are falling short now. But the relief was short-lived. On the scanners, they saw the hive carriers releasing smaller, faster ships. Strike craft, Lysara said, her scales darkening. They'll catch us easily. How many weapons do we have left? Alex asked. Enough for a fight, Lysara said, but not enough to win against so many. The strike craft approached rapidly, 20 small insect-like ships moving in perfect formation. They were built for speed and attack, not durability. The stellar eclipse's weapons might destroy some, but not all. I have an idea, Alex said suddenly. Maya, is the Pioneer still in the docking bay? Yes, she confirmed. But what are you thinking? It's tiny compared to those ships. Not for fighting, Alex explained. For distraction. He turned to Lysara. The hive wants you and the seed. If Maya and I take the Pioneer and run in a different direction, some of them might follow us. No, Lysara said immediately, her scales flashing with alarm. They'll destroy your small ship in seconds. Not if we make them think we have the seed, Alex argued. We can lead them away while you make it to the jump point. It's too dangerous, Lysara insisted. Do you have a better plan? Alex asked. The ship rocked from another hit. Lysara's 6 eyes blinked rapidly as she considered. I can create a decoy, she finally said. A small crystal that will give off the same energy signature as the seed. They might believe you have the real one. Perfect, Alex said. Maya and I will take it on the Pioneer and draw away as many as we can. I'm staying with the stellar eclipse, Olivia said. You'll need help with the systems, Lysara. Lysara nodded gratefully. Very well. But you must promise to abandon the decoy mission if it becomes too dangerous. Promise, Alex said, though he had no intention of giving up if it meant saving Lysara and the seed. Lysara quickly created the decoy, a small crystal that glowed like the real seed but had no actual power. She handed it to Alex, her hands lingering on his. Be careful, she said softly. Always, he replied with a smile. We'll meet you at the coordinates after you make the jump. Alex and Maya hurried to the docking bay where the small Pioneer waited. As they prepared for launch, Maya gave Alex a knowing look. You care about her, she said. A lot. She's the last of her kind, Alex replied, carrying the future of her people. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Alex didn't answer, focusing on the launch sequence. The truth was more complicated than he wanted to admit, even to himself. The Pioneer launched from the stellar eclipse, immediately broadcasting the energy signature of the decoy seed. As they had hoped, several of the hive strike craft changed course to pursue them. 8 ships following us, Maya reported. 12 staying with the stellar eclipse. Better than none, Alex said, pushing the Pioneer's engines to maximum. Let's lead them on a chase. The small research vessel wasn't built for combat, but it was surprisingly fast and maneuverable. Alex flew it in an erratic pattern, making it difficult for the hive ships to get a clear shot. The stellar eclipse is making good progress toward the jump point, Maya said, checking their sensors. This is working! But the hive ships were relentless. They fired continuously, their shots getting closer with each pass. One hit clipped the Pioneer's wing, sending it spinning. Alex fought to regain control. Hull breach in Section 3, Maya called out. Sealing it now. How long until the stellar eclipse reaches the jump point? Alex asked, his hands steady on the controls despite the danger. 20 minutes if they maintain speed. Then we keep their attention for 20 minutes. They continued the desperate game of cat and mouse, taking hits but staying just out of reach of capture. The Pioneer systems were failing one by one. Life support was down to emergency levels. Alex, Maya said seriously, we can't take much more. Just a little longer, he urged, checking the position of the stellar eclipse. It was almost at the jump point. Suddenly, a massive energy surge appeared on their sensors. The hive carrier ships had fired some kind of powerful weapon at the stellar eclipse, not to destroy it, but to disable it. No. Alex watched in horror as the energy pulse headed straight for Lysara's ship. There was no way it could avoid the hit. Then something unexpected happened. The stellar eclipse changed course, moving directly into the path of the energy pulse. But instead of trying to avoid it, The ship seemed to be attempting to absorb the energy. What is she doing? Maya wondered. Alex understood immediately. The same thing she did at the star. She's trying to absorb the energy to power a jump. But that nearly killed her last time, Maya said. And this is a weapon, not a star. She's trying to save us, Alex realized. He opened a communication channel. Lysara, don't do this. There has to be another way. Lysara's voice came through, distorted but determined. The ship and I are one now. A complete neural merge. I can destroy them, but I cannot come back from this. No, Alex said. We'll find another way. There isn't one, she replied gently. But this isn't the end, Alex Riley. The stellar eclipse glowed white-hot as it absorbed the energy pulse. The ship began to transform, extending massive crystalline spines that reached out toward the hive carriers. The hive ships are breaking off pursuit of us, Maya reported. They're trying to get away from the stellar eclipse, but it was too late for them. The absorbed energy flowed through the crystalline spines, connecting with all three hive carriers. For a moment, everything seemed frozen in space. You called me beautiful when I believed myself a monster, Lysara's voice said, growing fainter. You saw me, not just my alienness. Lysara, please, Alex begged. Don't do this. Take the seed to the coordinates I gave you. The allies will know what to do. Before Alex could respond, the stellar eclipse pulsed with blinding light. The energy it had absorbed flowed outward through the spines and into the hive ships. All four vessels began to break apart, their structures failing under the enormous power. No, Alex cried, watching helplessly as the ships disintegrated. The light grew so intense that Maya had to shield her eyes. When it faded, there was nothing left but a cloud of glowing particles where the ships had been. No debris, no survivors, just light that slowly faded to darkness. Alex sat motionless at the controls, staring at the empty space. Maya placed a hand on his shoulder but said nothing. No words could ease this moment. Finally, Alex looked down and realized he was still holding something. The seed. Not the decoy, but the real seed. Lysara must have switched them without him noticing. She had trusted him with her people's future even before she made her final sacrifice. She planned this, he said quietly. She knew. What do we do now? Maya asked after a long silence. Alex straightened in his seat and entered the coordinates Lysara had given him into the navigation system. We do what she asked. We find these allies. The damaged Pioneer limped through space for 3 months. They made repairs as best they could, stopping at small outposts when necessary. Alex guarded the seed carefully, never letting it out of his sight. Finally, they reached the coordinates, a hidden space station orbiting a beautiful blue-green planet. As they approached, they were met by ships of various designs. Not human, not Vixari, but something else entirely. We come in peace, Alex transmitted. We were sent by Queen Lysara of the Vixari. There was a pause, then a response. We have been expecting you. The space station was enormous and ancient, built by some long-forgotten civilization. Representatives from a dozen different alien species greeted them as they docked, the coalition of free worlds, fighting against the hive's expansion across the galaxy. An elder being with a crystalline body approached Alex. You brought the seed, it said in a voice like chimes. And with it, the memory imprint of Queen Lysara. Alex looked down at the seed in his hands, which now pulsed with the same iridescent colors as Lysara's scales. Memory imprint? Vexari queens can transfer their consciousness into the seeds they protect, the elder explained. When the seed grows into a new world ship, she will be its heart and mind. Hope rose in Alex's chest. She's alive in here? Not as you knew her. But not gone either. Alex held the seed carefully, feeling its gentle pulse. Was it his imagination, or did it grow warmer in his hands? The elder led them to a massive observation window overlooking the planet below. This world will be the new home of the Vexari, protected by the coalition, hidden from the hive. The hive is still out there?